They're here. Welcome to another edition of Welcome to Mo's World. On this episode, we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, Poltergeist. So, as always, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And let me know, and also too, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, so that whenever I decide to post a video, you'll be able to know. Now I know it's been a minute, and it's the summertime, the summer movies are here, so let's go ahead and get into it. Poltergeist. Now, if you remember the original came in 1982, and it was directed by Steven Spielberg. So, of course, if you don't know, it's basically about this family. They happen to find this house in this particular area that basically the foreclosed, the houses are being foreclosed and the property value has gone down, and so they know was able to get this house at a very cheap rate. So anyway, but little do they know the history of this area, of this particular house. So now in the original, there is the girl named Caroline. Basically, this new one, I think her name is Madeline or something. It doesn't even sound right, but yeah. So anyway, so there is demons or something that is possessed with this house, and they go through electricity, because basically they have all these cell towers around the house. So they only communicate basically through electricity or light. So anyway, so long story short, the little girl, I guess she has the ability to talk to these so-called spirits or whatever. And so then they happen to snatch the girl up, and so then they have to try to bring her back because she gets into the TV. And then, of course, they have to bring her back into the other side of the world because she's supposed to be the one to show these spirits the light. So forth, so forth. And then come to find out little by little that the actual community was built on top of a graveyard. Now, they said that they moved the graves to another area, but in essence, they built this community on top of the graveyards. So, of course, there's all these dead spirits and ghosts and all this other stuff that's all in the house. That was the original, per se, and I guess this one in 2015 tried to do the same thing, because it was the same thing. Little girl, she talks to the spirits, and then the spirits, they snatch her up, and next thing you know, she's in the TV. And then they have to find and get somebody to help them bring, well, I guess again, Madeline, back to the real world. Me, personally, they should have left the original alone. When I first saw that it was coming out with Poltergeist, I was like, okay, why are you doing this? Some remakes they should not do. Like, for example, I was mad when they remade Carrie. And they make the preview look so good. Like, oh my goodness. Wow, they're getting ready to make another Carrie, or they're getting ready to make another Poltergeist. Poltergeist, per se, I was I don't think that one you should never touch. For some reason, I was like, you should never touch Poltergeist. It didn't need to be touched. And in essence, it really didn't need to be touched. So, I didn't too much care for it. The acting was very dry. It was. I think if they were going to do the storyline, they should have stick with the original story, per se. For example, the person that went into that world was the little old lady. I forgot what the woman's name is, but this time it's like this guy who goes in there, and it didn't feel the same to me. Whereas we know that the oldest daughter, she was a real brat, but this one, she was okay. And then of course, I just didn't too much care for it. They should have left it alone. I didn't too much care for it. I would say wait for it to come on Redbox. I wouldn't necessarily go out and spend your money. Now, if you got some teenage kids, if you want to get them out the house, tell them to go see Poltergeist. They go and get a little scream because most likely they didn't see the original one. But if you're someone like me that's seen the original one, you will be very disappointed. I didn't like it. I wish they would have left the original alone. that's it for Poltergeist. There's nothing else for me to say. Nothing. So, I think next is, San Andreas with Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I think this is gonna be cool. I like those like natural disaster type movies. Of course, we all know this movie is supposed to be about the big major earthquake that's supposed to hit the West Coast. So who knows? So this might be pretty interesting. So until next time, again, this is Welcome to Mo's World, and I'll see you at the next movie. Yeah.